Hi, my name is John Goldman, and what I want to share with you is one message that can make a difference in your business and your life. You see, I used to own one of the world's largest promotion companies, and we sold out of that. And why is this important to you? Because you can do it too. If you go through the process of simplify, codify, and multiply, it can change your business. Now, the problem that you may have is what I had, is that I had a glorified job. If you're like the rest of us, you own a job, and the job owns you. You don't have enough freedom. You don't have enough freedom of time, you don't have enough freedom of money. A lot of times, you may be just like me where you started a business because you wanted freedom. But ultimately, that's like having a baby and saying, I want to have a baby because I want to have more free time. It doesn't work. You work for a bit of a maniac. You're too big and you're too small. You're too big to get any real leverage and you're too small to keep doing the way you're doing. So there's a vicious cycle. And I want to share with you how to break through the vicious cycle. What's the vicious cycle? Maybe you know it. The vicious cycle is you don't have enough cash. If you don't have enough cash, that means that you can't invest in growth. If you can't invest in growth, you don't have enough sales. When you don't have enough sales, you don't have enough money. So this is the vicious cycle, and there's only one way out of this vicious cycle. And I want to share with you how to break through the vicious cycle. So follow me. It's through 3 circles, what I call the 3 rings of power. So the 3 rings of power can show you how to break through this cycle. How are you going to do it? First of all, in ring number 1, it's all about the personal action map, who you are. Ring number 2 is the sales and marketing action map. Ring number 3 is the business process action map. So here's what you're going to do. It all starts from the inside. We want to play to your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. Why? Because most people, they're always focused on their weaknesses. And if you focus on your weaknesses, what do you end up with? At the end of your life? A bunch of strong weaknesses. That's not the goal, but instead, you want to focus on your strengths. All great things are done by focusing on your extraordinary natural talent, what we'll call your core competency. So, in the personal action map, you want to focus on your strengths and on your weaknesses. You want to play to your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. In order to do this, you're going to look at the 3rd circle, the business process action map, and you're going to build what we call freedom teams and freedom systems. Freedom teams and freedom systems will give you the freedom to have that sort of business and life that you love. Now, the problem is, when you have a glorified job, you don't have any freedom. And so what you want is to be able to build an asset. What's an asset? An asset is something that pays you residual passive revenue streams. Would you like to learn how to have a business that pays you residual passive revenue streams? Play to your strengths, compensate for your weaknesses, build freedom teams and freedom systems. That's great. But now, it's all about money making and money keeping. Let's now talk about your sales and marketing action map. The final circle. You need to focus on 2 things, on the mediums and on the messaging. You have to have the right flow of generating leads, developing leads, and converting leads. See, most people, they don't have any automation. They don't have a lead process to generate leads and get people to call them and have a way to develop those leads on an automated process. If you do this, you will have freedom. And ultimately, you have to generate the right messaging. You have to have a big zig. How are you dramatically different in the market? What's your 10-time advantage in the market? You have to have hungry fish. Who's your hungry fish? You have to have irresistible bait. You have to have a poobah, a promise of an overt benefit. You have to have a reason to believe. You want to learn how to do this? Join me, and we're going to give you a little bit more information on how to break through and not have a glorified job, but finally how to have an asset that pays you residual passive revenue streams and have more freedom in your life. I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. Join me and we'll get going. Thank you.